Hey guys! This is a look that somebody posted on the Facebook page, and I was really glad because this is one of my absolute favorite looks. I love working with golds and burgundies. They are like my absolute favorites. I love golds and burgundies. So when she posted this, I was like, okay, I'm totally going to do that eye first. So I just did a kind of a cut crease because that was the one that was shown in the picture. It is a little bit more technical, but not too much. You just have to be really careful with where you place your brush, which I'll explain as we go in this tutorial. But yeah, stay tuned and let me know if you guys have any questions and post them at the end. So thanks guys. Okay, so as you can see I already have one side ready. I'm just going to show you how to do the other side real fast. Okay, first I'm going to start with my brows so that we can chisel them out and start out the eye primer. I'm using Anastasia Pomades, mixing blonde and medium brown. Same thing in all the other ones that we've been doing. Product go out and then work it into the center so that we can do, it's not the center, the front so that we can ombre that look in. Chisel that out. See how it creates that perfect ombre out brow? Okay, next thing we're going to do is the eye primer. I'm going to mix that with my concealer so we can chisel it out just like we have been. This eye primer I'm using right now is by Bare Minerals. It has a little bit of a nude too, so that if I don't have my concealer, it has a little bit of coverage to hide those veins. We're going to chisel that brow. It's called carving the brow out. Cat Von D palette, we're going to just set this and we're just going to use this top color here. It doesn't have a name, but just this top great big color, the lightest one. I'm just going to set that powder. Okay, now we're going to add that tape real quick before I forget to add it because it's really important for this look. I'm not going to use a tape in every tutorial, but in this one you definitely need it because you're going to have that really kind of cut, crease, chiseled look out right there. So we're definitely going to use it in this one for sure. Okay, same thing, we're going to use this Kat Von D palette. We're going to use this, it's almost like, I don't know, like a reddish brown that we're going to blend in with it. That's how you get that really pretty softed blend up there. We're going to use that color right there. It almost reminds me of like a red brick color, like a deep, I don't know, deep reddish brown. And we're going to work it up to the brow. Okay. Oh, sorry. That was with that, it's called the Blending Crease Brush by Morphe. That's the one that I was telling you in that brush tutorial that's in must have. I use it in literally every single application. So make sure to pick that one up. We're going to go in with a little bit more of a dense brush. It's not quite as fluffy, but it still has like the tapered edges to it. This one is Blendings by Sigma E25. And we're going to take this, I'm switching palettes real quick because I want a really deep burgundy. And this one's the Nude Tude. It's not the same one that we used the other day. It's actually just it's a lot similar, but the colors are a little bit different. This one's called Sexy with the deep burgundy that we're going to use. And we're going to do this one mainly in the corner, a little bit in the crease, and kind of work it in. It does go quite a far in with this look. Most of the times I'll keep the darker on the outer edges, but this one kind of goes into the crease, kind of creates that cut crease look a little bit. So we're going to take this one and work it in a little bit farther than we normally would. And to get that like winged up and out a little bit, you're going to take this brush and you're going to kind of play it up against that tape a little bit. Okay, after you're going to take that more of a dense brush, you're going to take that fluffy brush one more time and really just kind of blend that in. You are going to want to keep that line on the end a little bit more stand out, to make it stand out a little bit more. So you are going to leave it there a little bit for the most part, but you are going to blend this out just back and forth, circular motions. Careful not to take it up too much because you want that layering look. Okay, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to add that gold in. That gold I actually did use kind of a cream base for underneath. And the gold that I used, my sister actually gave it to me this weekend and I have never used it before and I love it. It's by Too Faced and it's called Glitter Glaze. And I think they actually discontinued this, but we might still have some in the store. But it's kind of like this jelly gold color. And I love it because I put it underneath my gold to really make it pop, and then to get that really good lined cut crease. This is perfect for that because you can chisel it out as good as you want. You can probably use that applicator if you want, and I might end up using that a little bit, but I got to be really careful about where I place this, and so I'm going to use a little bit smaller of a brush. I'm going to use this little, it's actually a lip brush, but it's really small. And so I'm going to be using that just to get more precise where I want it. You have to be really careful with this part too. You don't want to go above where your lid or your crease folds. So like with this one, you can see right where it's folding is where I don't want to go above. Because if I do, with my eyes open, you're going to see the gold up top. So you can only go, it's different for everybody's eyes, but just make sure you pay attention to where that line folds right there. Don't go above that or it'll look kind of off. You'll see it when your eyes open and you don't want to see it above the crease. And then you're going to take this and you want to wing it up against that tape a little bit. See that? That's how we want it to pop through, just barely on that side. We'll bring the liner up and then the dark will kind of cut crease it a little bit with the darker too. But you want to bring that gold up a little bit against that tape. The next thing I'm going to do, if you have a loose powder, a looser powder probably will set a little bit better up against this gold. I don't have a loose, I knew I have a loose one somewhere, but I don't want to dig and try to find it. This one's just in my palette. This one is by Too Faced Natural Eye. Their gold in here I absolutely love. I'm going to just take a basic brush. This one here is MAC 239. And if you want to get this brush wet, that gold shows up 8,000 times better if you get it wet first. I'm not going to get it wet because I don't have any water next to me. Just going to pack this right on there. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take that little dense brush that we use quite a bit on the corner. This one's MAC 219. And we're going to just dab it in a little bit of black. This one's that same palette that we just used for the burgundy. If you want to mix the burgundy and the black, I do that quite a bit. I'm actually just going to do a dab of the black, just a tiny, like, barely just barely touch that. And we're going to just bring this up right up in that, right up above that gold. And we're going to kind of create that swoopy line right there. And we're going to take that more soft blending brush, blending E25 by Sigma, and just kind of blend that in a little bit. Okay, at this point you're good to take off the tape, because we're going to add the liner. See how that you can easily see the layering of that? And then we're going to add, well, before we actually do the liner, I'm going to do pop that inner corner with that really pretty sheen highlight. I'm going to be using Queen Phyllis with that, and it's by Bare Minerals. It's my favorite highlighter for the inner corner. This one is a contour shadow brush by Bare Minerals. It's just like one of those basic flat brushes. I'm going to work that up a little bit into the crease. See how pretty that blends those colors together, kind of pops that inner corner a little bit. Love that. Okay, now we're going to do a really fine cat eye. The Balm's eyeliner, this is my favorite for the cat eye. This one has that felt tip that I talked about. And we are just going to follow that taped out line. This will be really easy. Okay, so the last thing that we're going to do is just the under eye. You're going to take that MAC brush. Oh man, what did I do with it? Oh, that dense MAC brush, and we're going to put it into the black with a Kat Von D palette. Just barely dab it. Just touch it down again. And we're going to work that outer crease in. And then I'm going to add a little bit of gold with that same MAC brush that we're using the gold with before. And we're just going to dab it, and we're just going to go right here. Okay, and that's all for that look. I mean, that's all. It's like 20 steps. It's not a big deal. Well, this is one of my favorite looks. I love golds and burgundies together, so I'm really glad somebody posted that on the page. So I am going to do a couple different eye looks tonight. I'm going to try to get done a smoky eye and just a quick natural eye. And I'm going to show you how to turn this eye into a glitter eye just with one step, adding glitter, glue, and glitter. So pretty much anytime you're working with glitters, you are going to do your basic blending and get all the blending done that you want beforehand. and then pat the glitter on. I'll explain it on the next tutorial. But that'll be the next tutorial look, and it's basically this eye look, but we're going to add glitter on top of it to give it a really pop. So thanks for watching, and if you want to learn how to do glitter eyes, click on the next tutorial over. Thanks, guys.